with trail rides now, them becoming more popular, and different people attending that don't ride a horse. They just want to be present, and that's okay. It's just becoming a scene for individuals who don't understand. And I think that, this could be a platform to talk about that a little bit, because there have been incidents like fights. Somebody brought mace, pepper spray, or whatever that was to a trail ride in Mississippi, I believe. Shootings in Louisiana. Some of my friends encountered them. A friend, his cousin, was a victim of the gun violence that happened in Mamou, Louisiana. These are things that, people don't know that we're aware of. Just because this incident in Louisiana didn't take place at a particular trail ride. It happened at one of the parade events, but the people that went down there intentionally came down there for a trail ride, and they were there to attend an event, as they should, because that's what you do when you go down to a trail ride. If there are related events, you just go around because it's a community. Kids are there, mothers are there, elders are there, everybody's there. So why are you bringing gun violence to an event where there's family? Regardless of the situation, they put out a gun and people were shot. At an event where there was Zydeco, the band was in the scene of the incident. So why is that happening at trail rides? Who are these individuals showing up? These men, these thugs. There was another incident that happened in Louisiana this past weekend that shut down an actual trail ride.
Natchitoches Parish Sheriff's Office is investigating after finding 4 people shot at a trail ride event and over 1,000 people at the scene. NPSO says 4 people were found with gunshot wounds. Out of the 4 injured were 2 16-year-old boys. The other 2 people injured were a 22-year-old woman and a 20-year-old man. Detectives say the suspect or suspects fled the scene before law enforcement arrived. The Natchitoches Parish Sheriff's Office and Louisiana State Police are investigating.
What are y'all doing? When I was in North Carolina, when I was in Shelby, they were tight on security. But I knew a lot of wild people around there that had guns, and they were keeping some little incidents going on the side, but it didn't disrupt the trail ride. What a lot of people don't speak on is the gangs that are, involved in certain trail ride communities. In North Carolina, I rode with individuals who were in gangs. And when they had backpacks on, yeah, sometimes they were coming from school, but sometimes they had guns in them bags. And we were confronted on horseback by some thugs that put up to us on a field when they were practicing runs for a race. The backstory of some of these groups is serious. So it's kind of a lot of different elements to where it's what element is really coming to these trail rides? So that's one part of it. And in my opinion, to mitigate that is to have proper security in place. And that's why I really wanted to make this recording, because I wanted to acknowledge how present security, police, sheriffs are at some of these events. A most recent event, Mag 7, they had sheriffs on horseback, smart, very smart. But the real deal trail ride, they had sheriffs. They had in the middle of the field a big old, I forgot what it was. It was a jail. They would take you to jail. It was serious. They had presence there. So, you're not pulling that, because immediately, and they had security on horseback. Immediately, you would be taking it. You just can't do that. So if people want to keep their trail rides going, they need to enforce security, period. They need to have private security. They need to have local enforcement, and they need to have sheriffs if it's required. Because when you have to put on a trail ride, when you coming out to Texas and you putting on a big trail ride, you got to have police in place. It's a requirement. So you have to get permits through, you have to get it approved through a judge. This is serious business. So for people to come there and be shooting after people paid hundreds of thousands, they'd be invested in these trail rides. Like, these are big deals. So you coming out there and destroying an event for families. My kids are there. Don't play with me. Like, we not playing with no shooting and fighting. And Mason, who bringing mace to a trail ride to spray into a crowd? Is this the fucking Marines? Are we testing people? Like, stop playing. Stop playing. And on that note, like, keep this community. We don't need implants in the crowd starting shit either. We don't want no Malcolm X, get your hands on my pocket, don't step on my white shoes type shit either. Keep that shit in your motherfucking yard. Like, because at the end of the day, this is for the community, and this is bigger than hoodlums and hood shit, and us coming together and line dancing and shit. It's people out here on their horses. It's kids out here on their horses, with their horses. You got livestock out there, thousands of dollars worth of livestock out there. And the people that want to come to a trail ride, it's more than where them fans at. Keep them goddamn fans away from them goddamn horses. Keep them on the dance floor and have fun. You understand? But keep space for people who want to park their trailers. People need space to park their trailers. They got 20 horses. Like, they got horses. They ain't two horse trailers. I know I got a 2-horse trailer, but it's moving, period. You get there, you get in where you fit in, but you need some space to park your trailer and give people space, because everybody wants to have fun. But if you come to a trail ride, experience it 1 or 2 times, but understand you want to make that investment. Okay, so who am I? Do I want to look into why I'm even in these southern states in the first? It's not just for a trail ride. Do I have family? Do I have kin here? What else is here? How's the food? Let me immerse myself in different cultures and not just be about a trail ride and try to be all of it people's faces, and actually try to learn your horse first. Try to learn a horse first, your own horse first, outside of an arena. Let's be real. Most of these people on horses is arena riders. You got to ride on the street. You got to ride around big rigs. You got to ride around slippery stuff so you know what your horse can slide on. You got to ride on rocks. You got to ride on all terrain. You got to understand what your horse is capable of, because you could be in the woods going over streams, and I don't know, they big, they like bayous to me. I don't think they're rivers to me, but they say they're streams, and you can go knee deep in them. You got to know if your horse will even get in the water. Does it like puddles? Like, you trying to come out here and call somebody about renting a horse, and you ain't even rode a horse, and you trying to be on somebody's trail ride with party wagons down in Texas, and then, North Carolina, Georgia, you on the sidelines. Ain't no wagons, ain't no trucks. So think about it. Like, make an investment in yourself if you're trying to come down here to these trail rides and not let it just be about a party. This ain't, have a party in your backyard. Have a barbecue in your backyard. Do your own thing. Take this as a, hey, let me have a family reunion. Have a barbecue. We ain't had no kickback in a while. Let me do that. How about you start there instead of trying to just come to a trail ride? How about you have a little party with some little baby horses, or call one of these Black Cowboys out here to come bring you some horses to get you some experience understanding the cues and what your horse may or may not like, or what a horse may or may not, because every horse is very different. So these are things I just had to say about the trail ride and what's going on right now. Just my thoughts, and I just want to hear your thoughts.
That lady was absolutely right, and I'm so glad that somebody said all of that in one breath. I was raised around black rodeo. I got cowboys in my family, and I've seen a lot of stuff online that just don't sit right with me. My main thing was safety.